So every one of our spaces we want to design around the personality and the lifestyle of our client. So one of the first things we ask them is not just how they want it to look, but how they want it to function. So the engineering of this particular swimming pool was one of the most complex we've done to date. Our engineers determined that in order to build this pool on this soil, we had to put a piling system that consisted of 77 helical pilings drilled into the rock 20 feet below the surface, and then we had to construct a series of concrete grade beams that connected the pilings and essentially built a foundation system like you would for a home underneath this swimming pool. We've calculated and we have about 3 miles of electrical conduit, we have 7 miles of rebar, and we have over 500 yards of concrete in order to create a pool like this. So one of the interesting things that we were able to do with this swimming pool was to create some really unique things when it comes to infinity pools. We actually had 3 different swimming pools, all at different levels, that all 3 of them had a different infinity look. Starting with the hot tub up on the 2nd floor of the pool, where you can seamlessly see the water of the spa blending with the waters of the Gulf of Mexico. Then working your way into the main pool, you can see across the acrylic window and get the same effect where the water just seamlessly blends again with the ocean behind. The acrylic window is what separates what we call the main pool from the sun shelf. And you got a couple different perspectives there. You have the perspective when you're inside the main pool, looking through the glass window, and you get a really interesting view of the Gulf of Mexico and the sunset behind. You also have a really fun view if you're sitting in the sun shelf looking back towards the main pool. You will then look through the acrylic window and you're going to see everybody swimming in the pool, which is just a really amazing feature. When it comes to the sun shelf, you get an entirely different perspective on the vanishing edge, where you see the water literally vanishing on all 3 sides. So one of the really cool challenges to this whole project was we knew that this client wanted to use this for, major entertainment venues. And one of the things that we thought to bring the wow factor was a serious amount of movement. So what we did was use some really innovative LED strip lighting on this project. All the key elements we accented with lights. From there, every one of those lights is then synced with the pool lights, and it allows us to create a theme where the lighting can move from all of those architectural elements through the water of the pool and just really create an amazing lighting scene throughout the project. Of all the design features in the pool, everything takes you to what we consider the final destination, which is the covered pavilion. The ability to pull your view from the 2nd floor over the cantilevered spa, over the lower pool, over the acrylic window, and then have a forced perspective to the left, look straight down that lap pool, straight into the covered pavilion that has the sunken fire pit, 13-foot diameter with enough seating for about 15 people. It's got a huge curved sectional sofa with a custom coffee table that fits the curvature of the sofa. It's got a large outdoor kitchen and bar, has a lot of the same nuances of the pool. It was really cool seeing the homeowner's reaction to the initial reveal when we showed them the project for the first time at night. It's one thing to see it throughout the process being built throughout the daylight hours, because you get to see it little by little. But once we turn it all on and you see the lighting and the fire and all the animation come together at one time, you really get that reaction that you're looking for out of the client. And I think this was one where the client was exceedingly happy with what he saw when we first turned on the whole lighting system.